Hey everyone watching at home, we're doing a deck test with Michael Hearn, and he is taking us through his sweet brew. This is Big Tezz's Robot Emporium. So we are here at the GP Magic Fest, I should say, where Michael has been crushing it with this list, and people say the artifacts are dead, but I'm pretty sure Michael disagrees.
Oh, definitely.
So Michael, tell us about, first of all, the ways that you win. So how do you win the game?
There's a few different options. You've got a couple of combo ways to win. So you've got Painter's Servant and Grindstone, mill your opponent out. You've got Thopter Foundry and Sword of the Meek, which is sort of very good way of sort of mid-ranging them out. Also goes infinite with Urza. Outside of that, you've got the Antiquities War. That card straight up wins games on its own.
Yep.
Just play out a bunch of artifacts and make 5/5/5s and hit your opponent with them. Outside of that, you are playing Tinker, so you've got a variety of Tinker targets, Blightsteel, Sundering Titan, Mere Battlesphere. Sundering Titan is really good against all 3 or 4 colour decks that are around. Mere Battlesphere is there just because DAC is a thing, and if your opponent steals Mere Battlesphere with DAC, you're not straight up dead to it. It leaves some 1/1s behind for, if you get your Mere Battlesphere blown up or anything. Blightsteel Colossus, because if you tinker on turn 1, you can just kill people.
Yeah, and now you can achieve turn 1 tinkers quite often because of this package over here. So your fast mana is, what's that, about 7 odd cards?
So there's 8 fast mana cards. 7, I can count, I'm good.
But these already counted as fast mana.
Yeah, so you've also got City of Traitors and Ancient Tomb.
This is probably the king of the deck. What does this enable, Tolarian Academy, the 2-point card?
It basically just enables you to cast like your 4 drops faster.
Yep.
The deck has got ramp. You're playing Mana Crypt, you're playing Mana Vault, Grim Monolith, that kind of thing. But you really, it's not often that you are actually casting your tinker targets. Generally, what you're trying to do is cast something like the Antiquities War on turn 2 or 3, or just get Karn out on turn 2 or 3.
Nice. Well, so that's almost mid-range here. I'll make a little comment about these once you get your sideboard as well. Let's talk about this particular package. We've got 7 cards here, all of which are Planeswalkers. You'll note that normally when you see a ramp deck, you're not going to find this kind of mid-range, the middling creatures, the 3 drops and so on. Instead, you end up having your deck polarized between fast mana and big threats. So instead, this is an alternate way for you to win, right? You can just grind advantage.
Yeah. So you can also you've got Sai, you've got Sahili. You can go wide with making tokens. You've got Urza as a sort of another sort of value engine in the deck.
Urza itself lets you play through Null Rock.
Yes.
And it also has some value that you can generate by flipping off the top card after
Oh yeah,
like
there's been plenty of times where I've just been sitting there drawing 1 or 2 cards off Urza for a couple of turns.
That's sweet.
You can generate a lot of mana, and Academy will generate a lot of mana, and Urza is a good way of sinking the mana into something.
Awesome.
To draw you extra cards.
And then you've got a bit of a recursion package here with Goblin Welder, Engineer, and Emery.
So you're playing the Welder, Engineer, you've got the ready. So you've got ways of. So generally, as far as the big threats, you can either tinker them into play, you can cheat them back out of the graveyard. That's sort of why the Faithless Looting is in the deck, because it combos well with the Welder and the Duretti. So if you're not playing the Welder and the Duretti, you'd probably play that as a Preordain or something instead, over the Faithless Looting.
And so you've just got a small amount of card selection there.
Yeah, so we've got some card selection here. So playing Ponder and Brainstorm as sort of 1 mana cantrips to try and smooth it out. The deck's doing a bunch of different things. So you sort of can mid-range, you can ramp into big threats, you can combo them out. So you sort of want to have card selection there so that you can sort of get rid of the stuff that's gumming your hand up. Grindstone is a singularly terrible card if you don't have Painter's Servant around. So you sort of need a way of being able to get rid of it if you don't need it.
So speaking of card selection, you've got uber card selection in the form of these tutors. You've got Trinket Mage, you've got Tribute Mage, and you've also got, obviously, Transmute Artifact. What do you tend to find with these cards?
So Tribute Mage is almost always finding you 1/2 of Thopter Sword. Trinket Mage, varies depending upon what is happening. Sometimes you'll be finding Grindstone to get the other half of the combo. It also finds you Mox Opal as a way of fixing your colours. It finds Mana Crypt and Mana Vault if you need acceleration, and it finds Walking Ballista as a sort of threat. So Trinket Mage is very, very good in the deck.
That's a lot of cards.
Yeah, it finds a lot of different things. Tribute Mage is much more narrow in what it finds and is sort of very close to being cut from the deck as a result.
Right. So why don't we look at the sideboard before we wrap this video up? So whilst I lay this sideboard out, can you tell me what your weak matchups are and what your strong matchups are?
So the weakest matchup is probably going to be combo, especially artifact-based combo. You have got very little in the way of sideboard hate that you can play for an artifact-based combo deck. Most of you'd really want to have something that's an artifact, but all the artifacts that you can play hurt you as well.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, that's sort of the really weak matchup.
Does any of this help in those particular matchups, or do you just kind of dodge the combo and then just try and beat everything else?
Every time I play combo, it has always come down to me having Pyroblast, Red Blast with Painter's Servant naming blue.
Nice.
The Painter's Servant combo is definitely a combo that I always look at cutting, and just because of that interaction is pretty much the reason it's staying in the deck for the moment.
Awesome. And you have a little bit of a tutor package with Khan, the Great Creator, being able to find obviously this nasty piece.
So Khan's in there. Khan just pretty much, the Mycosynth Lattice is the only specific card there for Khan. Outside of that, it pretty much just makes you lean a bit more towards artifacts in the sideboard, which the large number of tutors you've got generally makes you lean that way anyway. So, yeah, there's nothing other than the Lattice that's a Khan-specific target.
Right. And talk to me about your favourite cards in the sideboard, because I'm feeling like Padim might be amongst them. Or is this Guardian Beast?
Padim is generally good against sort of the decks that are trying to blow your stuff up. So it's really good against like red decks that are just trying to board in artifact destruction. You bring in Padim, he's 4 toughness, he dodges like all the red removal for the most part, he protects all of your creatures, he draws your cards, so he's very good against like Kess and things like that, for instance.
Sounds awesome. So that brings us to the end of the deck tech. If you're looking at sleeving up something nasty and want to just destroy the field by grinding them out with artifacts, this is the place to be. Thanks everyone for watching.